Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cryptopocalypse Now. Holy donuts. What's going on out there? Okay. Where do we start? I don't even want to do the intro right now. Look, we have a lot to talk about today. Let me just say this real quick to get the ball rolling. Early on today, we had a little setup where I was accumulating from 58 down to 57 on the ladder. It accumulated 1x. And I just walked away. I was like, all right, good. Just gonna pause. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm trading this. Little did I know that I was the one getting traded, ladies and gentlemen. Now, who can relate to this? I don't know. Raise your hands. Chat. Today was a very, very special day. And how do I put it? Whew, let's calm down here for a second. So first of all, I just finished my trading session just now. I was out here for the last 4 or 5 hours, I can't recall, rescuing myself using all the tools and knowledge that has been shared here by yours truly to correct this mistake. Well, it's not a mistake, but basically a trade it's gone bad, all right? And I had to do something about it. So I brought it out of the woods. Lost nothing, gained everything. Millions of dollars? No. $400 on one, $40 on another. And let me just tell you this. It's these moments. These are the kind of setups that we learn from the most. These are the setups that we live for. Because if you can play this right, everything else comes naturally. You won't ever have to worry about, this is it. This is what trading is all about, right? It's not about making, it's about keeping what you have. Playing defense. 5 hours. Wrong floor. Taking the elevator down. Sorry about that. Tell me, what do you see in the upper corner there on MSEdge right now? You see that? Take a good look at this screenshot. The orders and everything else, right? The desperate measures. Now I'm going to bring you to the actual screen so you can see where we are in terms of progress on this horrible day. I know. I wasn't ready for this. Give me a second here. I need to figure out where the okay. And let's set everything up right here. Okay, and the end result is that it's basically it's this. All right, so this drop, my accumulation was right here. This freaking drop here, right? 1x, $3,000 flush out, put me deep in the red at minus $2,000. right here on this your favorite MSEdge account. This bad boy. It happened 1x minus 2,000 minus 2 and some change percent of the account. So technically the reason why I'm so happy and excited for all of this is because, one, I am safe, I'm clean, I didn't give exchange nothing. They paid me fees, they gave me my money back because, and I was juggling between two accounts doing this. So you can understand the absence and why that was necessary. Now, in terms of like what's happening here is there's no technical pattern to any of this, and a couple of weird things that stood out that caused all of this to happen. Now, I'm not going to bring out fundamentals here, but holidays, Wall Street is sleeping, thin order books. They took advantage of the opportunity here, and they pinned it on COVID, which is just. Anyways, let's not get there. It's not like let's hold on. Let's hold the ground here and talk about the importance of all of this. Now, I understand it must have been tough for a lot of you guys. And if you use all the tactics, all the knowledge, all the warnings, all the boot camps, last night's stream, the warnings, then you should be okay. And the title of this video today, the theme is, sometimes we think we're trading, but we're getting traded. We're getting traded without our own knowledge of that happening. It's incredible. And you know, today this stream is very important because if we can understand what's transpired here and how you would manage this, right? Yeah, of course I'm going to look back and say, okay, this is what happened. Look, I'm telling you, it was hell. Okay? It was hell. You have no clue. So technically I made 4% back because in order to get the 2, you got to make 4. That's abnormal, just much like this price action is. Okay, that's not what happens daily, day to day. And so we're gonna talk about what's happening here, but first, let's cool off a little bit. Let's greet each other. And let's understand that this is a stream. This is not a tutorial or a video. Everything that you see here is as is, live and direct. Don't get wrecked. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the chart. I call it the non-believer chart. It's the kind of thing that you see that you're like, is it really going to complete? Is that really, you know, I don't know. You're kind of guessing. We call the bottom here. We call the top here. We call the target retracement here. We called a long opportunity here. We call the top here. And we call the price coming down here. Am I long? Call me Elon Musk. Because this is the last point for Bitcoin to hold. And if it doesn't, I'm going to take my chances here. I'm going to go all in. And if it doesn't, ladies and gentlemen, the bear market is here, literally. Say goodbye to your altcoins. Say goodbye to your easy gains, only longing, you know, pullbacks. All of that is out the window. I'm telling you right now. It was hard to believe when we were looking at this yellow base right here, calling this the rounding off, the last squeeze before we go up. Then we said this is the top right here. It did a couple of, you know, it took a couple of extra weeks to do what it usually does, messes with your head. But ultimately, it had no choice but to come back to daddy. Came back home. We even marked it, 42, or whatever the hell it was, 41 to 48. And then a few weeks back, let's see, this was October 18th. Halloween effect. When Alessio Rastani was all over the place talking about, look at the historical data. 20 times out of 19, Bitcoin pumped on Halloween. And we were saying, nah, I don't know. So, this is what's gonna happen next, guys. We're gonna break down the trade setup. And let me be the first to say that on this beautiful Thanksgiving Day, John Bonjohnny joined the club. Thank you for subscribing to the channel of all channels. By the way, there's a Bitcoin channel too on the chart. We're going to take a look at it right now. But this is what I wanted to say, right? These setups, evaluations, analysis is hard work. It takes time, incredible, I wouldn't say faith, but discipline to stick to something that you know has to happen. Now, we always say we don't know how we're going to get there. There will be some event, there will be some sort of trigger, some catalyst that's going to push us to those targets, right? So we're going to talk about what's next for Bitcoin. Like, is this going to hold, or is that too bearish of a candle to even hope? So that's number one. Everyone wants to know what's up with that. And I think given the volatility, like looking at this chart right now, take a good look at the top. You can't even see the areas where we've been long on this chart, right? It's right there. It's hidden inside of these red candles, long setups. And we had a couple of short setups. One was at the top over here, and another one somewhere down here. Okay? Then we had a long setup, and yesterday it crapped out. So I want to take a good look at this and understand what happened exactly, because I wasn't really concerned about what was happening. But technically, I did not see. Now, yesterday I did. I'm going to remind you, in the platoon, especially for the platoon people here, we and the session is recorded if you want to go back to it and watch. Thanks to JD for providing. So there was this little concern with the 250 moving average, and I told you how I think it's just going to look like it's going to cross it, but it's going to create like this arch as bearish. And I was hoping this morning, today, we were expecting price to come down. I just did not expect it to freaking drop like this hard. Okay, there's a chart in the platoon that shows that it was a short setup. If we were to have a little one more push up, it was a technical setup on the short. You guys want to see what I'm talking about? How about this? This is from the platoon. So we wanted to go and tap this purple line over here, run this previous high level, because that's a characteristic that you can rely on. That's what Bitcoin does. We wanted to see this happen, run it, and for sure it was going to go down. You have a very bearish looking OBV uprising over here, and I was like, okay, this is going to come down here. In last night's stream, we talked about how price was going to touch the cap of this peak right here, and there's a lot of confluence points. So technical setup here is good. It was supposed to come down here, then go back up. The usual. Little volatility, a little up, down. Make you think it's going down, then reverse, go back up. But today, it just continued. It just kept falling. It kept going and going and going and going till now. So we end up with what? We end up with a short setup, but since we're not getting the spike, we're saying, okay, we're accumulating. So I go all in from 58 to 57. Pivots, Fibonacci level, everything, right? Daily CPR, good support levels, but there's stuff going on in the background. There's this COVID talk. And of course, it's like me being out here in Asia, I forgot what Thanksgiving is. Then it occurred to me, well, the books are thin as hell, and Wall Street is celebrating. They're drinking right now, sleeping, taking a break. So what are they going to do? Well, they're going to try to manipulate it. Doesn't matter. This is how we hit the target. This is how we come down to this level. And notice I don't have a green box as a pivot to go along here. So I'm thinking, and I'm gonna make up my mind right now in this live stream, and either open a trade or conclude that this is not a simple pullback, but a beginning of a shift in the sentiment, the market overall, and it's very dangerous to do so. We're breaking down and we're going lower, and we already have those areas marked. We're fully prepared for that. We know what to expect. Cool. So let's bring this back up here and see what's happening here. First, attention please. We have Okay, let's get rid of that for a second. In the stream when we talked about how we should be more active within the platoon when it comes to setups. Now, look, DSR has a CPR module built in, right? DSR has a CPR module built in. Most of us probably have one at a time. We're intraday traders. We want to be in and out quick. We have the tools for that. So we're looking at what? Daily. All right. Then maybe you have your chart split up like what I do. And one half of it is weekly and the other half of it is daily. Lower time frame daily, bigger time frame weekly, right? But not a single soul inside of our Discord working with pivots mentioned that we were hitting the top of a funkin' monthly CPR right here. Like, it was not even because nobody had it on their charts. No, who needs a monthly? Like, cross that bridge when we get there. But there it was, and that could have prepared us much better than what ended up happening. So if it's only after the fact, after we started dumping, I was like, the funk is going on here? Let me go back and take a look and let me just dig in. And I open DSR, I initiate a monthly scan of the charts, and I see like this big, fat, red level that's been there since day one. Busting our balls here. And it's right there. And I was like, oh man. We're trading in this range around the pivot for a long time, and we just hit the moving average and the top of the CPR. Put your hands up if you saw this. Probably not. So what I learned here for myself personally is that moving forward, because it played out, because this it's telling you pay attention to me, because I'm running this trade setup right now, and you didn't catch it because it's too big of a time frame. A monthly CPR, who needs that on a 5-minute chart, right? Man, for me personally, right now, one of my screens will run a monthly till the end of the year, because this today was a very close call. Till the end of the year, I'm gonna run this monthly CPR. Now the year is ending. I'll activate another yearly on another screen, and I'll have my daily to work with, and I'll have my weekly split between two charts. And I recommend you do the same, because if I had to technically look at this chart and pinpoint a catalyst for this drop, as severe as it was, then I have no other options here but to say, well, this was pretty damn powerful, and no one brought it up. The warning from last night's stream was that we're moving a little too fast, and this moving average is going to come here and get rejected, and it was explicitly mentioned that it's a super bearish sign. And I said, I'm concerned about that, worried about it. And then I said, well, not really worried, but you know what I mean. And yeah, unfortunately, it did happen today, and it caused all sorts of nasty price action. As you can see, we just kept dumping. And this is very, for me personally, when I see something like this, when I see something like this, it's like, okay, I don't want to say it, but it's like the market participants or whoever the hell is responsible here is just being such a pussy, not buying and dumping. This consistency on the chart is unusual for Bitcoin. All right, I like it when it's just all over the place. Why? Well, because it gives us time to get out, get in, get out, get in. There's many doors that open up, a lot of opportunities. When it's just one directional like this and it's dumping, it's very fucking annoying. And today it did wreck me, but the way we trade here, we came back. We always come back. So there's nothing that's changed on that front. But I just wanted to mention that something like this you're averaging in right now, basically. Now, let's find some evidence of what's happening here. So we already knew that this was pretty freaking dangerous, right? Now a bunch of retards on Twitter, and me including, started doing this shit. Breakout. I said it last night. I was like, this pretty looks like a breakout. However, we didn't see the volume, and I was concerned about that. So we're cautious, and we didn't long it here. We said this shit is gonna come down, and we're gonna have to long it from below. And the target we chose for this, obviously, was right here. Boom. Why wouldn't it? And we had a reaction here, and I was like, okay, you know. And then this fucking thing happened. So I was very irritated because I had to spend 6 hours managing this fucking range here, getting myself out of hot water. It was minus 2%. That never happens. It was minus 2%. And slightly over that on the other. A very close call. So what's going on with Bitcoin? This is the beauty of the markets. This is something that you have to pay attention to and realize that you think you know, but you don't really know. Nobody knows. Anybody on YouTube tells you like, yeah, we're this, we're that. Simmer down. First of all. Second of all, it's the market we're talking about. And it owns you at all times. It's your jefe. It's your boss. It pays you. You got to listen to what it tells you. Do what it tells you to do. And risk management is number one. Without risk management, this is a wrecked trade. Now, we already had some pictures, some reports from other users talking about how Carl the Moon got wrecked, a bunch of other morons out there, you know, throwing money around, affiliate money. They got wrecked. And good for them. Good for them. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It just seems this guy's tweeting last chance to buy Bitcoin cheap. Right? Exactly. So who cares? Let's just focus on here. So what's happening on Bitcoin? Now, for a while we've been tracking this pattern here. And we said that this is going to come down here to the yellow tagline over here, right? It did not happen. And yesterday when price was moving away, 2 days before that, we said, look, we never touched this level. So in the back of your mind, you should always know that it will. All right, we did our homework. We saw price coming down here and they stopped it. They ran it up into Thanksgiving, knowing that the books would be thin. Trapped all the retail at the top. Almost had me. Got a couple of our traders. And it eventually reached our target where we said it would go, but it took a detour. Anyways, price action like this really pisses me off because I feel like what I was looking at is what every goddamn other YouTuber slash Twitter guru, whoever was looking at the same time, and they were all drawing this. And you know what? It makes sense. How else are you gonna draw it? Let me show you this. This Bitcoin. Let me show you this. How else are you going to draw this? You're gonna use the wicks? You're gonna use the line chart? You're gonna look at the 4 hour? You tell me you're not gonna call this a breakout over here? Was there volume? No. But it sure looked convincing, and then everyone's like, blah, 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 right? Fear and greed index is picking up, and it's like, okay, the bottom is gone. What are you gonna do? You're gonna watch how it's gonna bounce away from our long position here. By the way, we longed this exited and we wanted to see like, is it going to break out or what? Where are we taking profit? We're taking profit on the extension of the base right here. My ass, my dreams, everything is. And then we stay prepared for this. The reason I'm stressing this right now is because, look, I read some messages in Discord that there shouldn't be any issues right now, okay? In terms of like losing money. There shouldn't be any issues whatsoever. But there are. There are a couple of reports that, you know, didn't see that coming. We talked about this specifically. We talked about how this looks suspicious AF. How there was no volume. Is it a breakout? I don't know. How we didn't touch this level and we were supposed to. So we were going to do it again. So all of that, ladies and gentlemen, is what did this for us. We kept track of it all. We just caught me with my pants down over here, and it was brutal. It was freaking brutal, and I'm still coming off from that from the experience. And then, like I said, I had to work, and thank goodness it came to the levels where it did come. It came to. Now that we're here, we planned this, you know, a long time ago. We're here at the dot. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're long on here, okay? I mean, if you're tracking this, you're long. It's just that why am I not long right now? Trust me, I would be. If it comes back down again, anywhere close to the low, I'm buying in. I don't even care. But like I said, I just had a 6 or a 5 hour session managing this puke of a trade. You know what I mean? But I'm really happy. I'm really satisfied because once again, price did something totally unexpected, ridiculous. Mikael Van de Pop, Cointelegraph promotes him all the time. 58 build support. It's gonna, you know, we're going up from here. 58 build support. Suddenly Bitcoin looks very cheap at 57. All these clowns. And I just got Twitter and I'm like scrolling and reading and it fucked me up a little bit today. Not gonna lie. It did. Threw me off course. And that shouldn't happen. But that's what it does. It's cancer, right? So I figure, you know, I'm not gonna like pay attention to any of it anymore because it just subliminally puts shit in your mind and your thinking. Because this whole trend up, it makes sense. Listen, this whole trend up, it's been really hard to find a pullback because price was just so stubborn, right? Now we're getting these pullbacks, and every time you buy, shit's failing. I'm super bearish. I'm not gonna be the guy who says, hey, look, I love price action right now. Love it. Seen this coming from a mile away. What are you doing about it? Where's proof? Here, this live stream, everything that I've shown you right now. Guys coming in, Platoon and us, we're looking at this from a mile away, months ago. And we're finally here. And the final trip to the destination was a little rough today. That's all. Was a little rough. So let's look at Bitcoin and try to understand what's next. Did we not say that we're going to come to HC? Look, it's intact. This thing is looking beautiful. Look, it's intact. What's next over here? This is what's next. So two things are going to happen here. One, I'm going to long this. And two, if it fails, you're retesting. Let me just remind all of you right now, no matter what happens, look at the macro bull trend of Bitcoin. All right, you have no choice but to do that. You have to look at the macro. Okay, we have identified every single angle of this twisted little playground that Bitcoin calls price action. It's insane. But this comes down here. We have a little pullback for another, like today's price action, another one of those, and it's an all-in buy event. Unless this whole thing was a fake out. But then honestly, if it is, this thing is going to freaking zero. It's going back to 2,000, 1,000. I don't even care about Michael Saylor, what you guys think. If this fails on this retest right here, it's over for Bitcoin. It's going to go sideways forever. It's going to pump, and it's going to freaking fail. We don't want to see that. No matter how you twist and turn this chart around here, things are pretty clear. It's going to mark a double top. It's going to give a confirmation trigger signal. People are going to freak out. The markets are going to panic. Michael's going to dump on all of us. And they'll say, we're reallocating our capital. And there's nothing you can do about it. They'll just mix it up a little bit, rearrange their position, strategy, and get in on the price action. By selling weakness and then buying extreme weakness. Look, this trend line right now. This trend line right now is very important, and I am, if price comes down, as a matter of fact, I already have orders. It's gonna come down there. I am long because we have been waiting for this moment for a long time. We're finally here. Are we not? Are we not where we wanted to be? Are we not at the trend line? Did we not talk about this a few months ago? We had to wait for this. We're finally here. So what choice do we have? I'm going long. I don't know what your strategy is, but this COVID situation right now, whatever's going on, I don't see a technical setup here that tells me that I should immediately flip short and change my bias. They'll be invalidated once we're below this red line. This range is manageable, much like what happened today. We get another one of these. It's a 7,000, 13% drop. Today we had like 10 or 12 or something. It was crazy. Just another one of these, right? It's going to bring you down here, average in, and you're good. Even below this trend line, it's still bullish, I would say. But below the next target, like the long over here, this is the HC. Remember, the HC is right here. People don't know this concept, but I wish I could just bring that stream back here on YouTube where we talked about why not go back down here. And here we are. Today, we find ourselves at HC. Who's going to buy? Do you have what it takes? Anyways, I'm a little exhausted from managing this. Like I said, there were 200,000 orders executed in a very short window. And lots of waiting, lots of calculations on take profit, and finally, I was able to break even. I actually had to make double of what was lost. It was 2%, like a whole round number. So that really slowed me down. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see we fucking made it. We survived. All right. Excuse my French today, but holy shit. Look, in my experience, right, in my world, this kind of thing happens, I would say, maybe twice or 3 times a year. Like this exact situation. And it's always the same thing. It's always manageable. I'm always triggered. And it just sets me off because it requires so much focus and concentration. It's such a waste of time. And especially when it goes against you and you're planning it, it doesn't work. But we are the real chart champions here because it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. And like it or not, there are 2 types of traders out there. Those that think they're trading and those that get traded. Mentor said that to me, and I remember it, and I'll never let it go. And I recognize that within myself when I get a little ahead of myself with excitement. To get grounded, I have to say that phrase to myself and understand that you're always being played. You're the one that's getting traded. You're not trading anything. You think you're trading, then a setup like this happens, and it just comes down to good discipline, the right state of mind, and the ability to look at things without any bias whatsoever. Greed, fear, out the window, stress through the roof. Stress is welcome, stress is inevitable, but it's what gets you through. So right now we're gonna work on a setup, execute a trade, and then carry it over to the next pattern that I'm seeing here. How you doing? Chat, where are you? Holy, 16 watching and 6 likes, right? How's that possible, guys? But no, it's 15 likes. Thank you. Appreciate it. A little loss. The update is amazing. Bybit Pro, so many functions. Enjoy it, guys. It's oh, and by the way, tell me, let's be real here. Does anyone regret trading altcoins? Have you given any of that back? Let's be honest. Anyone? I came forward. I stepped forward. You're looking at the chart. You saw the results. You heard my story. Let me know. Did anyone get wrecked on alts? Because I know that's how people get wrecked during moments like these. Now, managing one coin, Bitcoin, is hell all by itself. Altcoins, I don't know. But the dump was ridiculous. Was it tradable? Absolutely. It's just that, you know, the way we do things in the platoon, we needed like one more push, and it would have been a nice short. F me, right? Like, I rarely take shorts. This morning, there was one. But I don't know if it was too obvious or it's already like, you know, I was a little bit too greedy. But I was thinking, you know, like 700 points maybe? Not freaking $5,000 range, you know? Holy. That was tough. You know, worst part is I was not around when it was happening, because I was like, you know, you see my X right there? It was my buy. See my X? I was like, come on. It's, you know, it's been a while. You're not gonna do, and it did. So now we're at target. I haven't moved this. It's been here for ages now. Stale little blue dot. Sorry, yellow dot. And it calls for a buy. All right, I don't care what's happening here fundamentally or COVID. We got to wait and see. Wait for Wall Street to wake up. Wall Street not going to play catch up. They're going to do the opposite of what you're seeing on the charts. So buy with me, buy Bitcoin, because BTC to the moon, right? And let me show you something crazy over here. If you were guys watching me talk about this in the live stream, no comments. All right, I'm just gonna like hold this for a second for you. Let it sink in a little bit. Understand what's happening. Understand that it's not fundamentals. Technical. Do you see that white line? Target, right? You want me to talk about it? We can. But MarketSpy, baby. One glance, I already knew it. One trend line, I already confirmed it, and it just made sense. Part 2 of the stream, what's next for the dollar? That's influencing Bitcoin right now, and they're dancing to the same song right now, to the same tune. They are moving in tandem. What's going on? Tune in after this much needed coffee break. God damn it. Whoa, Ramon Diaz with a super chat, 11.55. 10 euro, $11. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. You made my day. It's not the amount, it's the bling, the action. So awesome. Much love. You know it's gonna come back multiplied. You know it. Thank you. Be right back. Guys, it was tough, but congrats. You know, if you were part of this madness, I wasn't there to hold your hand. I couldn't. I was so focused. It's kind of like one of those things. You know, I go deep in this. It's a meditative state of mind, and I don't recognize my wife, my kids, my surroundings. I'm in it when I'm rescuing my bad position, but I never give anything back to the exchange. Forget that.
Thank you, Ramon. You didn't see that! Don't judge me on my green mattress. You know what it takes? It takes a green mattress. It's not a mattress, it's a green screen. Impromptu, ladies and gentlemen, give me some time here. Figure this out. Chart setup, consecutive trade coming up next. Grab your kombuchas, coffee, whatever you need, and proceed to the next episode. Ninjas everywhere. Price action. Voila! Too old for this shit. But I hope you enjoy it. It's as good as it gets on YouTube. No alternatives. Freddy Garcia! What is up? Nothing but PNL, and thank you. Yes, it was tough, but we made it. Saved this trade, sorry ass, for sure. Yes, indeed. Now to actually make money on it. It's coming up next. Your coffee ready? Let's take a look.
It's always the same. Things are never gonna be different around here when it comes to the freaking microphone. Thank you, Alex, for reminding me. Tonto, you're fired.
Sorry about that, CR. Excuse the inconvenience.
Call that inconvenience? Sloppy job. The stream sucks.
I apologize. I will do better next time.
Of course you will. Otherwise, we'll burn you alive. Here and on Discord, Tonto. You hear me?
Understood, CR. It will not happen again.
Much better. It's much better. I like that. All right, Tonto. So, Cyber Monday sale is on, ladies and gentlemen. We chose not to compete for people's Black Friday money because every other miserable company out there just wanted your greenback. And I thought to myself, you know what? People have been trying to get access to Bybit Pro, MarketSpy. They wanted to get a fat, juicy discount. And you know, the whole thing here, I mean, Cyber Monday was a natural day for that. But you know, we're calling it now Cyber Weekend. So there's a coupon code OWN, the website. You want to check it out. So a couple of things, guys. If you're signing up for Bybit Pro RoboPack, right? You don't have to subscribe to it. You will have the option to, but as it stands right now, to get that institutional API limit rate lift going, we need to have each and every one of you sign up. And if you're already affiliated, unfortunately, you have to create another Bybit account. If you need to transfer your KYC, talk to me and I'll connect you with the right people at Bybit who will do that for you. Application is pending. They're waiting. We need to get that going so we can get rid of those, attempt. The prospect is there to get rid of the API. They will increase, not get rid of it, but increase the rate limits. But it has to be done. So if you already signed up with the institutional link, good. There's only like 10 of you because I can see the number. And if you're not, now's the time. Now's the time. Visit the website and have a look at Bybit Pro. Unlock it by signing up. It should be an easy peasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step process, and it shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. Get on it, guys. Get on it. And we're gonna do great. This is necessary, and it's gonna be a thing that's gonna get us to where we want to be with Bybit Pro. And also, of course, MarketSpy. It's a big round, 30% off on everything, and it's gonna run till through the next week. And we've never been really oriented to like, you know, sell, advertise, you know. But you know, those who know, they know. And if you've been wanting to, if you have even, I'm just not gonna say it. All right. It's the ones that are gonna get it are the ones who chose not to spend their Black Friday money and were smart enough to actually put it to fund their trading accounts or something like that. But Cyber Monday, here we come, and we welcome you to our community, so you can trade like we trade and reduce the losses that you incur, or eliminate them completely. Amladankus, good on you. Thank you. And I'm not gonna say welcome because you're an OG. You've been around here for a little while, so glad to see you've decided to stick around a little longer. You made the right decision there. Appreciate it. And guys, how's that coffee looking? Are you ready to go? Mine's brewing. Let me go check. Look, I don't want to. I don't know how many people out there got wrecked today, but I don't want to be eating in front of you, in your face. So I'm just gonna make it a very, because some people don't like other people eating in their face. I don't know if you're hungry out there or what's going on. I know I'm just, probably nothing, but nobody wants to see that. So let's make it easy on ourselves. So yeah, let's take a look over here. This. Okay, that's the dollar. Okay. The dollar bill. Yeah, I'm buying in here, so it's scaling in right now. Too late. So let's go back to excuse me 1 second. Cryptopocalypse now. Question: would you try to get out if in with 0.2x, or just hold it and manage it at the next level? 0.2. I would probably take my time and assess the charts and hold on to it. Definitely hold on to it. And it's not even the level. Guys, I want you to understand. Sometimes based on PA, levels don't hold. You can estimate, but you're guessing. You need more. You need more than just a level. So let's talk about that right now. Because sometimes, let's say you have a very reliable signal that makes sense. So support signal, this thing, right? You lev up right here and you exit right on this candle. You know what I mean? But you have to wait and scan the charts and find that setup. The higher the time frame, the better. And just hold on to it. You know, it's not just the next level, but if you're averaging in, 0.2 allows you to play with that. With that idea of holding on to a trade. So it's a little, I don't know how many new users here with us tonight. You're welcome. Welcome to the family. But do things a little different here, right? We hold on to losers sometimes. We don't often use stop losses. We have a very specific, weird set of rules that it works. Okay. And it's unorthodox and it's not found anywhere else. And sometimes when a question like this comes along, it's almost like you already know what you want to hear. But when I say introduce a method to all this, it's like, I don't know if it's the right idea. But I'll tell you what, the bigger the leverage on your position. So not even leverage. Forget about the word leverage. Like the bigger the size, the sooner you want to cut. You don't want to hold it. 0.2, 0.1, you can play with it. You can give it some time. We already talked about it, and it shouldn't be a problem. So we were tracking this. Okay, we wanted to come up to this level. We couldn't. Bitcoin pooped itself right here. And looking at this, remember yesterday, okay, it was red lines. It was red lines like this. But today I threw a channel on it because I don't know, it just made sense. But anyways, we had this painted and we pivoted away from it, kissed it, we longed it, moved away. It was a good couple of days worth of price action here, okay, on the 8-hour chart. Good to go. And then we had a bullish candle here, and volume was increasing. So technically, there was a max 7 in the making setting up, right? It was a beautiful, beautiful setup. Some shit went down here. Something that no one could have predicted, okay? And my job right now, first of all, like, let's say we went all Carl the Moon on this and long the top, for example, for whatever reason, right? Let's say the demons took control of our greedy eyes and we're like, yeah, this looks nice. This could be a breakout. Let's go. Not from here, but from here, right? And it started dropping. Now, using the logic of, the next level, what's the next level here? Looking at this pattern. I mean, that's quite a drop. So naturally, you would think like, okay, back to the previous support. And if not, maybe I'll throw a stop loss here. It'll say, anyways, you're losing money. And the next level is down to here, right? And on top of that, not only is it down to here, it actually can pierce it and go lower to 46, right? That's the unless something truly insane happens, this is where your head is right. This makes sense. Who wouldn't buy at 45? You know, that kind of is the structure that you could probably. So you will start longing if you're 0.2 here, like way over here. Now, by the time price gets here, you'll be sweating your ass off. I mean, 13% drop and you're on 0.2. That's gonna sting a little. Sleepless nights. And it's going to take a while to get there. But you're not longing with a single limit order here. Not here. You're longing at the absolute worst case scenario place on the chart, which is here. And you're scaling that all the way down to here. So you're looking at something like this. And then you're waiting for price to bounce up to get out of break even. That's the only way. So you're missing, time, opportunity. All of that is gone. So what do? Well, you sort of kind of have to assume that, first you have to come with terms. You're ready for that. Okay. Second, most traders make the mistake of not waiting. You got to be a ninja. Nin means patience, right? So you kind of got to wait it out. And no matter what, you're not doing anything. You're sitting on your hands. You're sitting on that losing position. You can cut it and then work to bring it back. Same thing at those levels. So let's say, for example, Radosh, let's say you cut it here and you took a pretty heavy loss on 0.2. People tuning in, they're like, 0.2? What? Like, I had a YouTuber comment. Guy came in and is like, what are you talking about? Like 0.3 leverage? What the hell is that? Like they think it's like, you need to go Rambo on this all-out war with 100x minimum, right? But they don't realize how it all works. So, okay, that aside, you decide to cut it. Now you're sitting on that loss. So instead of jumping in on the trade, you're still waiting for those levels. You're still accumulating here for a better chance to recover what you just lost here. If you hold on to it, the exact same thing is happening. You're still aiming at those levels, except now you're waiting longer and you're exiting at a worse price. A better price would be if you cut the loser, right? And then get in and fix it, patch it up later. Because 0.2 is not going to do heavy damage, right? Especially if it's just within the region here. But hoping that this would bounce up from the next level is not the ideal mindset, right? You don't want to think that way. So in my opinion, especially derivatives, right? You have to understand the market is heavily influenced by a lot of outside factors here. So by the way, today there was an options expiration and it was heavy on the bear side. So thin order books, Wall Street is off, options, but no one talks about it. Everyone talks about coronavirus, that there's a new strain or something like a new variant out there that's of the virus that's gonna wreak havoc. So it's pure garbage, noise manipulation bullshit. We got to the level, why is everyone bearish all of a sudden? Yesterday everyone was bullish. Everyone on Twitter wanted to go long, and they did. So what now? We have to buy this. Is what now? So Radosh, if that's the case, if you're buying anyways, if you believe that you should, and this is a good level, then a 0.2, I would hold it. I would play with it. And Just look at the percentage in terms of damage. Don't ever look at this number. I don't. Someone asked once for psychology, can we hide like, what is it, like value or something? I think you can do that in the options now. I'm not sure, but apparently it affects how people think when they look at the dollar sign, and it messes with your head. Percentage is kind of who cares, right? But I don't know. Maybe the dollar is what keeps you grounded and realistic about damage assessment. Percentage, maybe you're overestimating your capabilities as a trader. I don't know. But look, people make 30%, 20% of their account. Unfortunately, if they were part of this trade, they're wrecked, because that means the amount that's needed to size up to generate that kind of return. It doesn't matter if the account is funded with a $100 bill or there's thousands in it. That account is wrecked, because it's not something that you do every other day. It's literally every day, and you're building a habit of, yeah, every once in a while I can do it and I can make 20-30% of my account. Keep doing it, and we refer to it as stepping on the mine, a whale mine, and today was that event. And so that kind of setup, risk management is no risk management and 100% wrecked. I'm sorry to say that, but if anyone was part of it, of this, like, they incurred some heavy losses across the space. We had 960 million liquidations today, the long side, inside of a range. And every day I tell you guys, get ready for a 20K candle anytime, right? And always have that in the back of your mind. Always calculate that as your base point. Like, where do I start? Don't assume that that's not likely to happen. That's going to happen, and you're always sizing with that in mind. You're like, okay, how do I size so that I survive that? 99% of people won't, and will get wrecked because of bad habits. Because of, like, 20% of account today, 30% tomorrow, and then you're telling me you're not here? Lucky, dodge the bullet if that's the case. If not, if you continue trading like you usually would, because usually the price is pretty, it's forgiving. It's nothing too crazy. But on a very convincing potential breakout setup like that, especially when everyone else is bullish, and it does make sense here because we've been bottoming out and everyone's like, yeah, this is it. Wrecked, gone. So hopefully we can understand that, the implications of trading in that way. The hurry up, do it now or never kind of mentality. That's that could be an issue there. So sooner or later, the market catches up with those who do not respect risk, for sure. And it sucks, but there's no one to blame but ourselves, And so today, even 1x, that's like borderline, So today, this guy went on 1x over here. It was, why wouldn't this trend line hold? Average it down to 57. Boom. Take this right, did it. And look, and I had these little wicks over here and this little window to play to get myself out of hot water. What a mess. But quite a, and it's one of those things where you're watching it, you're like, okay, not okay. Okay, what the fuck is going on? Oh shit! You start digging, like you're looking for information. You're like, what's going on? You're resorting to on-chain. To a little panic sets in because you're like, wow, I am not ready for this right now. It's gonna take some time, and that's the worst thing that can happen to you as a consistent trader. Is you're gonna dedicate a lot of time to the rescue mission. But Suijitsu is called that for a reason, and we manage in the end, and we survive. So that's all that's important. Radosh, 1% account loss currently. Yeah, mine was 2 moments ago, right? And but the important trick, we need to figure out how to reverse those losses. I want to get this across to people and maybe show a way or explain, maybe through boot camps in Discord. I mean, we've been drilling this for a long time now, but I want to say there's a way to play this in such a manner that it's not like other trading channels which tell you, sometimes you just have to take the loss. That implies a lot. That changes the whole landscape of you as it changes everything. You can't just say, the trade didn't work out, I'll take a loss. Nobody talks about the recovery process and how dangerous that is, because now you're trading with less capital and taking on more risk to bring back what you just had a few moments ago. So it's different. It's not the point here is to figure out if it's the right time. So timing for us, as day traders is very important. We don't care about investors mocking us, saying time in the market is more important than timing the market. They're the ones that are on the losing side all the time. They're the ones that are getting played by the market. But if you're doing this and you cannot be a poker player or something like that and think you got it just because you have the knack for it, it's different. The markets, day trading is complete. It's not even related. It may seem so because you're getting the same dopamine rush. You're familiar with the drug that's being secreted in your brain. You're feeling it. You're familiar with it. You're like, yeah, it's the same thing. But it's different. It's much more than that. You don't see people's faces here. You just see candles, and it's a whole different ball game, right? So gambling is not an option. So we need to figure out how do we minimize risk by reversing losses instead of incurring losses and then working to recover, because then you're just a break even or a losing trader that's just trying and basically the 99% of everyone else out there. But hey, some do it for the image. Others do it for effect and results. And, people can't really fool you. No one's an idiot here. Everyone understands what's going on. And people like CryptoFace, for example, they can't tell you a world record holder of losses. They should end the sentence with world record loss holder. Because what you make is what you give. And I know if you're making that much, you're giving twice as much back, 100%. That's why you're still, in the hamster wheel, going off about, you get loud. You get loud. The more you lose, the louder you get. Okay, I know it. Look at me, tripping all over the place today. Stressing out because why? Because this was a long session, minus 2%, and there was no guarantee. This could have kept going. I already planned for it, but as soon as I saw the opportunity and had a couple of triggers on MarketSpy on lower time frames, I was like, this is it. It's now or never. So you make that decision and average out. And by the way, it would not be possible, or would take even more longer, and there would be much more uncertainty if it wasn't for Bybit Pro. It's one thing to remember. We have such a huge advantage here that if it wasn't for Bybit Pro, this would not even be a discussion right now. I would literally charge you for a one-on-one session to show you how to do it manually, but Bybit Pro here is what makes all of this possible. Don't get me wrong. We have to, recognize that. Otherwise, it's a completely different strategy, and you don't have that instant gratification, instant results that you get from Bybit Pro if you were to do it manually on your own. So it's a big thing of how things get done here. So interesting discussion there, but yeah, and Radosh, you know, you're used to volatility, right? On altcoins. Bitcoin, there's a window. It's 5 minutes of it and it just stops, right? So you're not, and then you're not certain, then you're not sure at all. Because today it was just like, look at this. You know, it just kept going and going and going and going. Zero buyers. Where's all the retail? Oh, wait a minute. They stocked up over here at the top. Right. Okay. So, what a day, huh? Sykes says, avoided the mine this time. Nice. This time. So, not a complete stranger to the concept of stepping on mines, but that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And what contributes to this is trading less, and sometimes you have to feel the uncertainty when it's just weird, like the stuff we talked about in last night's stream, like that kind of, you know, how we had a target, we didn't make it, kind of pivoted away, how the moving average was looking funny, you know, and that was a concern. How I wasn't sure if this was a breakout point, how everyone else was looking at it. So you have to kind of like always manage your expectations here based on that. Can we expect this to go lower? I honestly think so, but I'm also buying the life out of this range here. Like a daily, give me another 5 and I'm buying it. I'm going to repurpose this sideways ladder here. Doesn't even matter, and we're gonna come up with something new. It served its purpose, but now it is time to see what happened, and we have to also understand, like, where did people buy, and if they bought over here, obviously breakout traders were right here. Stops were everywhere over here. Shorts just didn't have time to go short on this, I'm pretty sure, or maybe they did, and you know, if they're exiting it once they close their positions closer to 51.50, then we should have another reversal attempt, and this could also be still part of the bottoming of this range. It's nowhere near being done. Maybe it's a channel now, and it's still bullish as hell. It's still a bullish channel. It's just, and this is where we want it to be, right? We want it to be here. We wanted to buy. Remember these two purple ones? Okay, we're in it. It's giving us the level. Max extension down to about here. Daily. Remember this? Look how beautiful that is, and it's looking weak. Okay, like super weak. We have to keep this as part of the this breaks. We definitely going lower. So that's our pivot to pivot sort of right here. We still have ways to go. That's 55, 50.5 thereabouts. And this has to hold, and I'm gonna take all the risk there is to long this, because if it doesn't, I'll manage it. But I'm saying goodbye to this bull market. It's literally over for me, anyways. And I'll probably sell everything, hedge into it, or it's, you know, there's something crazy happening in the world. I'll need to take a deeper look at the overall landscape, because this. Doesn't matter if you're buying it here or here. We're bouncing away from here, and this is how we're bouncing, right? Like this has to happen. If it doesn't, I mean, do I really need to emphasize this for you? You already know that. Now, bearish options expired today. You know, they're in the money. All the puts are celebrating. Hopeful bulls are disappointed once again. I mean, what are you disappointed about? Are you buying? Are you helping price to go up? Are you buying Bitcoin, or are you just watching it and saying, I don't know, looks kind of weak now. We wanted this level. Bulls wanted to see Bitcoin dip. But every time there's a dip, no buyers are around. It's only Sailor and frickin' what's his face? El Salvador guy is buying, and no one else. Everyone else is just speculating. Running around pivots. Is this gonna hold? So I personally am I'm putting my share in here, and I'm buying into it. Because nothing else here makes sense to me. Now, I want to be objective, but it's, to me, I'm seeing what I wanted to see, and the reason I waited for this. Now, the only concern is OBV, but like I said, let's bring over this thing here on the daily. And let me remind you of what we're looking at. So, could be that it's an area and not a line, not a simple line. I've seen it happen before. But overall, it could be a bullish channel continuation, you know, and there's nothing wrong with a little curve. Right? Right. So, that being said, we're still okay. Here's our target. Why did we chart this from almost a month ago now? Well, the reason we charted this is because we wanted to identify our next buy point. It's also important how we get to our buy point, right? And right now it's not looking too good. But hey, it's not too bad also. It's not really anything that is of concern here. So I have 2 points here and here, and this is a rebound. So this is a huge breakout. Was there a lot of volume here? Not really, but significant. It was rising, so that's good. If we retest this level and kind of go sideways here, then so be it. It's still a good buy. Or is it a good buy? Right? People are going to call a head and shoulder here. It's going to break down, but then it's eventually going to go. You know how head and shoulders work. So, yeah, we were looking at this level. We plotted this. We planned for it. We're here. Am I buying? I am. What do we say about this? Was this going to be a scalp, or more like a swing that we're going to hold on for a few weeks? And I have only one problem that stands in the way of my plan, my personal plan that I share with you, a plan that is going to work if it wasn't for one thing. And you know what that is? It's your friend Plan B with his bullshit ass 100K by the end of the year prediction. That's the only thing that stands in the way between me like really going ham here, getting into here and holding it. Because once you say stupid shit like that, and everyone is on it with those expectations, the market will do the opposite. So I really hate the fact that it's out there and everyone's thinking about it. And so how do you get to that level? Well, obviously this is the buy right now. This is the bounce, or it's here. Otherwise, we're breaking a trend line, a parabola, an uptrend, and we're going down. There's no 100K till to the end of the year. So that could really mess it up. So Plan B, in effect, could be our number one enemy in the Bitcoin community, because his model is going to collapse the whole structure here. All right. And people are going to freak out. It's not working. Expectations, sell everything because canceled. So watch out for that. And remember this conversation when the time comes. But if he's right, I'm not saying, you know, it's not about me or him. It's just I truly believe that the reason why most of our setups work is because my mind is clean. It's not polluted by anything. I'm not part of any communities, any groups, any people out there who congregate on Twitter and say hi to each other. You know, I don't have friends, acquaintances. I don't follow anybody. I rely on my experience in the markets and nothing else, you know. And seeing the stuff that I'm seeing and knowing how the markets behave, I don't like the whole setup with Plan B and the whole field of sheep backing that idea up. And I love Bitcoin and I want to see it do good, but they underestimate what the market is capable of and how it operates. They think they know it all. That model is like those guys on TradingView. They're charting just for the fun of it, geeking out at the idea that, hey, it's kind of fun doing this. I trade this for a living, so to me it's very important. It's not a joke. So I'm not impressed when people make money. I feel very connected when people lose money, because I know what it's like and I know what it does to people, and I've seen people kill themselves over this. So it's not I hate memes. I don't like memes. I don't think it's a joke that people are like putting their kidneys and houses up for sale to buy into this last final epic reset of our times. Like the market's just going to say goodbye, collapse under its own weight. The dollar is not going to be there, and then everything just dissipates into thin air. We'll never be able to make another trade. That's not true. I take this stuff seriously, right? And people like Plan B, it's not them. It's just that you're in the spotlight and you're like on all these radio shows. You know, your shit's gonna fail because of that. Why? Because it works until it doesn't. That sort of thing, it works until it doesn't. So you gotta keep hush, keep it to yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like MarketSpy or something. You know? Just getting wrecked. Take a look at the momentum oscillator on the 5-minute time frame today. How many people you think went long on that? Absolutely disgusting, unacceptable, and is the reason why we move through the shadows and we don't pay attention to none of that garbage that's out there. So this setup here makes absolute sense. We're not targeting, look, we have that humble 75k level waiting for us, and this is one or the other. There's a detour point here which eventually ultimately brings us up there, or we bounce away. Now, seeing how we freshly just made a move today and came to it, are we gonna see the sellers here? I'm not even seeing the volume on this candle. The books are thin. I'm wondering if this is real. So we're buying it regardless, because when the volume comes in, are they going to get freaked out by this and push it lower? Or are they going to say, wow, thanks for the discount, load up, while the rest of us are like, what if it breaks? So maybe Plan B can help us with his army of believers to push the price up. And I never understood why people that are maxis, Bitcoin maxis, are so concerned about its USD value. I don't understand. Because Plan B and his price model is all about investing. Yet all the maxes are like, yeah, Bitcoin to the moon. Why do you care if it's to the moon or not? Go spend it on Starbucks. I do it. Holy guys, this space, Clifton Lewis, you're absolutely right. It is noisy, and there's much work here to be done on a personal front. Sitting here looking at the charts to ourselves, no one's gonna be there when your portfolio goes in the red. You got to learn how to manage all this yourself, because they will all scatter. Bear market, zip, nilch, nothing. Quiet like little crickets, selling you services and scam and other shit. But no bull market, no chart, no, you know, yields. It's going to be all about yields and stuff. DeFi, you know, invest your coin in this and that. They're going to take your last money and try to make you invest in it, because since the bear market is on and nothing works TA wise, why not take the last money that you have and invest into this new shiny thing, sell your Bitcoin and go all in this thing that's going to give you 3% yield for doing nothing. Doesn't work that way. And you know it. Anyways, price is going to be calm and dead, and so trading, I think you're looking at a long setup, and look, this makes all the difference, right? You take this line, bring it down to here, and suddenly there's ways to go. So that's 51, right? There's an overshoot down to 47-ish, but that's as low as she goes. She can't go lower than that. But you can do this and then still be bullish. So kind of like grinding along this, but we cannot break lower than this trend line, and we're so close to it. So start planning accordingly. And if you've been waiting for this moment to buy the dip, this is the dip of all dips. It's happening right now. And, you know, maybe it's going to start moving away slowly, day by day, and you're going to be looking at it and you're like, yeah, but just one more, couple of thousand lower. So I don't know. Do something about it and get in. Doesn't matter. Now, tomorrow. It's close to our setup. You're part of this community, part of this family. You already know what's up. You got to get in on this, even if it doesn't work, because you already know how to manage if it doesn't work. But all probably, you know, it's happening right now. We've been waiting for it. The market's giving it to you. Let's not be influenced by, what do they say caused this? They say the markets are uncertain because of COVID, and everything is dumping, right? So, I mean, and it's Thanksgiving. I think retail are getting traded right now. They're not trading, they're getting traded. By the way, let's do the giveaway. Shoot, I completely forgot. Bybit Pro, Twitter. Those of you who retweeted and liked, it's time to like the winner. So let's see if we can do that, and then we'll make an announcement in our Discord. So if you're part of the club, you should be able to access the channel announcement channels and see who the winner is. Could be you. Bybit Pro just saved my life and many others on autopilot. You want that in your life.
Oh, by the way, you know what's really epic? really, really, really epic about this whole thing. Last night, one of our guys on the team, Sykes, excellent trader, took profit and said, I don't want to have anything to do with this thin CPR. I'm out. And I'm going to wait it out and skip tomorrow. My man. How epic is that? I'll take that over any trading plan any day. That kind of statement with so much conviction. Thin CPR.
Okay. Draw verification. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna pick 3 winners for the game-changing Bybit Pro. Alternative terminal for Bybit giveaway in celebration of our RoboPack release, which is free. You can sign up for it. Instructions on the website, MarketSpy.net, Skynet, all things MarketSpy, and so you can do whatever you want with it once you win it. But I would strongly suggest you. So we're going to have to. Some of you guys don't have a picture, so we're going to disable that. Okay, and just to make things easy a little bit. And the tweet count, if you've never tweeted, if it's your first time signing up just for this, appreciate it. Keep following the account. It's gonna do a lot of shit posting soon. I know you love that. So we're moving with the times, and okay, so I think we're good to go, right? Are we ready for this? Now, who will be the winner of this giveaway? Entries. What's entries? Okay, continue. Woo! There are a lot of people here. 60 entries loaded. A couple of them bots. So I'm gonna have to go to Discord and verify and make sure that you posted the picture in our Discord as per the instructions. So we got all these entries right here. Let's scan through all the accounts here. So some don't have a profile pic, but overall, thank you for participating. That's quite a number there. So we're going to. Okay, this looks good. Okay, 100%, 60. That's a nice little round. Say it with me, Bitcoin back to 60K, please. I think that's a good omen here. Right, and let's go. Click continue. Now, when I click this begin draw, we'll know who the winner is. I don't know why they would be rejected, but we will see. So begin draw, and 1, 2. JD, what do you mean? If look, everyone's on here. So account age 1 month. Okay, let's latest tweet. Any. Okay, let's do this. You have to be a follower. Maybe there was a filter here. Okay, let's see. 60 entries. I mean, yeah. No. If you retweet it, you're there. You're 100% there. Guys, come on. I can't don't do this to me. How? Okay, so what do we do in this case? Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna have to like contact these guys and ask like, how come one of the users is not there? So it was a retweet. It was a comment. Like, I don't know. Is it Johnny D's? Is that it? Yeah, all the retweets are here, guys. Oh, man. Clifton Lewis says, honestly, it feels like a pyramid that only those early and at the top are able to participate. Like 60 entries here. Look, if I look at the tweet, there's 62 retweets. I don't know. Shows 60 over here. Why? Killing me right now, man. Any filters there? There are no filters. Must follow MarketSpy X. If you're not following, then it doesn't matter if you retweet. It's not gonna pick it up. You must follow MarketSpy X. So that's the thing. But look, we're just gonna go on with this. It's 60 entries. 2 people are not following. Let's go on with this. All right. So we'll have more giveaways in the future. It's not a pyramid. Show rejected. Begin draw. Please ensure the set amount of winners is less than the entries in the tweet or lower. What? We have 3 winners: CMF, Germ, and Refs. Congratulations, guys. Congrats. So we have can we verify this? Draw verification. Okay, cool. Pretty awesome. CMF, okay. I know who there is. Germ, okay. And Refs Crypto. Cool. Look, last time we had a cash giveaway. This time we had Bybit Pro. Next time we're gonna have MarketSpy and more stuff and more cash. And you know, just another one of those little perks of being a part of this community. So congratulations, and you know, it's not a pyramid, all right? Okay. Winners announced. All right, let's drop down to lower time frames. Check out the. I'll never remove this as a reminder of why levels sometimes are not what they appear. Good level. Will it hold? It doesn't have to hold. So, what's the next phase for Bitcoin here? This we're dealing with this now. What do you guys think? So, unfortunately, we don't have much information here, but you know, it's. Let's see if we can find some. CPR levels, okay. Let's go to macro for a second. I think it's the same thing, isn't it? Why is it the same? Why is it not? So, do you remember this thing? Right? Final confluence, just to confirm, it's 5150. With an immediate. This is our channel from. Do you remember when we talked about here on YouTube about the lows, the highs, and how this thing is going to, because it posted a low here for the first time over here, that it was gonna go up and eventually go down to here. So now we're here. Are we buying? Well, still got a little bit of movement to the downside here. Do you remember this very, very hot topic here? And just to make sense of it, I think we're looking at a 4-hour time frame here. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, this is a 4-hour time frame, and in terms of like what I was looking for on OBV, we're seeing a little tiny bounce there, and I think it's a good probability like this will hold. Is it bearish? Joe bearish. Like the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Mr. Bearish. Okay. It is slightly bearish. It's kind of, yeah. Okay. So there it is. This is what I was looking for, and I finally see it. On volume analysis, we can see how it was diverging, and this was going on, and couldn't break above here, and that's it caused it to slump a little bit. Okay, and not a little bit. Like I said, it was pretty hellish If we break this thing down, where are we going? Where are you going, Bitcoin? That's not a good look either. That is not good. So in terms of volume and OBV decline, we already breached this green line. Like it's already, you might as well price it in, right? So I'm going to be paying attention to like this region over here, because over here it just looks like it's not, you know, it's very little holding it together here. That's okay. Okay, so we had this. We understand what's going on here. Fine. Let's switch over to back to our HC level here. Okay, and here we can see yeah, so the way I understand this is we're likely going to range here, and if it takes some time to slowly go down, maybe we'll have an eventual crossover here, and price should be reversing from these levels. We're at S4. A run of that level is definitely a buy for me, and it drops right into our blue box, long box here. Yeah, I'm buying down to here. Maybe one more candle here. You okay? MarketSpy. Let's go to Discord and talk about the indicator signals on Armageddon, DSR, and MSX, because they are giving us a little setup, but this is not public information. go ahead and do a session, and I'll see you in Discord in the platoon. So we can talk about a trade and maybe talk about more personal price action and maybe figure out a plan. If some of you are in dire need of look, if I were you, I would cut it. So by the way, I was not holding it and managing it. Let me just clear the fact here, okay? When I scaled in from 58 down to 57, right? And it started dropping, I cut the trade like 1,000 points later. I was not adding to it. It was already a 1x. I had to cut it. Okay, and that was instant minus 2%. Then it kept falling and falling and falling at greater distance. And then I started averaging in and buying it with market maker at the bottom. So you can't see it, but there was a lot of chop on lower time frames. It lasted a little bit and it gave me enough time to build up, and I was playing with this size right here, 100,000 with a 15 to 1 hour ATR range, so I could exit quickly, and it was set up to take profit on 10, 30, 50, and 100. Yeah, volatility was not that great, and even now, it's not like before. It's very stable, slow, dripping. Trickling its way down to these levels, right? Like drilling through is the most dangerous price action ever, because not only does it look like a spill, it didn't even spill yet. We didn't have a spill yet. And it's already looking ugly as shit, right? So I just want to make this clear that I do not hold. It had to be cut. I took the loss, and then instead of like adding to it and making it worse, I said, you know what? I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna take the loss right now before it gets bigger, greater. So like 2%, I'm like, I'm gonna amplify my size by times 2, the usual stuff that I do daily, and I'm gonna put in a couple of hours of work, what otherwise would have been a trade a day, times 4 in a 5-hour window. And that's how I got out and cleared this account of any trouble. Juggling 2 of them. So you have to understand, we're not holding. My advice, this is what I've done, right? I cut it. Would I hold it over 1x? Hell no. I'm cutting it, cutting this at the neck, right? Not letting it build up, not letting it get worse. You already know that holding on to losers is not a good idea, especially if they're oversized. I consider 1x is pushing it, and above that, you're really playing with fire. Above that, I only borrow from the exchange when I need to manage my bad position to bring it out back to zero, back at even, like this. So please understand that. Anyways, no questions, no comments. I envy all the other crypto Carls, the moons out there whose chat is just on fire 24/7, even if they have like 5 people watching them at the start. But you know, I'll see you guys later. And Platoon, let's go back to Discord and we'll take it from there. See if we can put a trade in and talk about MarketSpy, my favorite part. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. See you next on the next setup, on the next trade. And obviously we're going to talk about stuff after the fact, because most of it happens in the platoon as we track along and produce these charts and sort of, yeah, that kind of stuff. 31 likes. You're amazing. Thank you. What a day. Markets are just being dumb right now. Close call, but We didn't get lucky. What I'm trying to say is that through hard work, dedication, understanding the stuff that you pick up along the way, you can beat the game. But sometimes, this was a fast one. Sometimes there are weeks that I stay underwater. Weeks. And that's necessary sometimes, you know. Depends on price action. So if you want to know like what to look for, like I said, let's take it to the platoon, guys. I'll see you there. Thank you, and till next. See you on the next chart. And also, thank God it's Friday. I don't know about you guys, but it's happening. Was pumping. I'm signing off. Of course it's gonna pump. It's two things. When we end the stream, it starts moving up, and when I sign off and ready to go to sleep, it pumps. It's only natural.